So we're back at episode 71.
Episode 71. Damn, dude. Time flies.
The dance hour is back. We've been consistent.
Yeah.
Anyways, I saw online on Instagram that you did a comedy show recently.
Yeah, I've done two. I did one on a tennis court.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to do all the sporting fields.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to do like...
Well, this tennis court was a rooftop or was it?
No, this is
like
ground
a court
level.
Okay.
This isn't like a fucking Sega virtual tennis level. How many rooftop tennis courts are you aware of?
I've seen some, like, I know New York has like rooftop basketball courts. Like these are like their schools, like elementary school, high schools.
I like to imagine there's no fence, and then if you like hustle for a ball, you just die. Yeah. And at the eulogy, they're like, he went after all the loose balls. He was a hustler. He died doing what he loved, chasing down rebounds. Imagine you're just like,
oh, I got a hiccup there.
He's barfed.
There's one I see in Koreatown as well.
Oh yeah, I think they've used that for a Sprite commercial.
I've heard,
because I was watching the Sprite commercial and I'm like,
I know that's right.
I've driven by that.
That's right across the Denny's. But then there's another show you did.
Yes, it's called New House. I don't even know how to say it. It's like NEUE House. New House. Newy House?
Maybe it's
one of those things where it's so swanky you don't even know how to say it.
Like, have you seen those like clothing companies where they're hot? It's spelled like Haas, but it's house as well.
Oh,
like
yeah,
HAUS.
Yes.
House couture.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to just say house couture?
I guess.
Yeah, I found out the difference between couture and
and what?
Like what couture is.
What is it?
That's I thought
it was just short for pretentious.
It kind of is pretentious, but it's like clothes that have been hand-stitched, handmade. So it's like, there's obvious, I think like...
So you're saying my H&M shirt is not couture?
No, I think that's sweatshop.
Yeah, that sounds a bit more abrasive than couture.
Yeah, so I think
sweatshop should have a better term.
Yeah, they should.
Fast fashion. No, that's not good either. Maybe like... efficient.
There you go.
Yeah.
Efficient clothing.
Efficient. Yeah, we'll work on it.
Yeah.
If you have a better name for sweatshop.
Speaking of this, have you been keeping up on this clothing discourse, as I would like to call it, the discourse of clothing, where it was like fast fashion, and then they're like, everyone needs to stop shopping at Zara and H&M and fast fashion places because not only are they doing like environmentally unfriendly practices, but like fashions, like normally you have your winter wear, your fall wear, your spring wear, your summer wear. They'll do like 3 different like lines or within one season.
Yeah.
So it's like their trends are just turning over. Like if you see a jacket at Zara, it's not going to be there in a month.
Yeah.
Not because it's sold out. Like they just stopped carrying it. Versus like if you go to like Ralph Lauren, You'll see it, and a month later, if it's still within season, it'll still be there. So basically, all these like environmentalists or fashion advocates were like, stop shopping at Zara and H&M, go to thrift shops. Now people are going to thrift shops, and it's like, whoa. Thrift shops are for people with like low income families that can't afford clothing. Now you
can't win.
You can't.
It's like you can't function in society without someone.
Yeah.
Dragging you.
There isn't
for some reason.
So there's like you're stuck in this like catch-22 of like, do I go to?
What do I do?
Yeah, you like
internet. Tell me what I should do.
Yeah.
I want to be a good person.
Now they're like, because all these hipsters and these Zoomers, Gen Z, and millennials are going thrift shopping, they're marking up thrift store prices now. Now the people that it was targeted for, that
they're having to go to Zara. You just flip-flopped who's buying what.
Yeah, there you go. Are you a thrifter?
I'm not a big thrifter, but I'll pop into one. I like actual thrift stores, not like Buffalo Exchange, where they kind of have you by the balls for their fashion. Like the markup it's like too swanky. That's not a thrift store.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like these boutique thrift stores where they cultivate. It's like going to a real store. It's not a thrift store.
Yeah.
I want a pan for gold. And then Buffalo Exchange is just, it's like, it's too trendy.
Okay.
Value Village. That's where, I don't know if that's a national thing or not, but in Washington State, there's a chain of thrift stores called Value Village.
I see.
And they just you just have to sift through a lot of garbage, but sometimes you'll find a cool thing, and it's $3. That's the joy of thrift stores.
That's a bargain.
Not going to Buffalo Exchange and buying a jacket for $200.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a thrifter. I have nothing against it. I just have never.
I'll do it if it's convenient. I'm
Yeah.
not going to go out of my way to go to a thrift store.
I'll go if I'm with friends, because my friends will usually be like, "Hey, let's hit up this thrift shop," and I'm like, "I'll go with you." I remember fucking Macklemore made it like
He
a
made it
thing.
very popular.
Yeah.
He also made being gay very popular. I remember there's a huge surge of
Especially
of gay people
for-
after that song. Because so many people were closeted, and then they were like, Macklemore made it cool. I'm gay now.
What was his thing in the song? He thought he was gay
He's
because
like in the third grade. I used to have this bit where he goes like, I go, only like a white rapper like Macklemore can get applauded and his career skyrocket off after making a game like, or a song like, in the third grade, I thought I was gay. And everyone's like, bravo, way to go, Macklemore. He's so conscious. But if there was like a Dirty South rapper who's like, in the third grade, I thought I was gay. That's the end of his career.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's like right.
Yeah.
But it's just interesting the audiences that rappers play to.
Yeah. I mean,
Like Macklemore can make a song about recycling, and everyone's just like, he's the truth.
yeah.
Like he could do all these socially conscious.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you're like a traditional rapper,
Yeah.
that message will blow up your career in a bad way.
That's true. Well, do you think it's still like
Just Rick Ross in the third grade? I thought I was gay. His manager's like, "What the fuck? What do you mean? I mean, I'm proud of you, but we don't need that right now."
what was his thing in the song that made him think he was gay? He was like, because he used to clean his room, or what was it?
I don't remember.
He was like, I did this thing, that's why I thought I was gay. I don't know. Well,
Yeah.
Macklemore was a thing that came and went.
He's from the 206. You don't talk about Macklemore that way.
He's from Seattle?
Yeah, you motherfucker.
Is
he? Yeah.
Mackle. I'm sorry, Mr. Moore.
Yeah. I think I've talked about this on the podcast. It's just, I'll come up with dumb phrases and I have no home for them. It was like a commercial and it would say, why mackle for more when you can mackle for less? like if you're selling mackle.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck that is.
That reminds me of speaking of which, this is going to be a segue into this.
Yeah.
That reminds me of 2016
Great year.
during the elections.
Mm-hmm.
Hillary Clinton's infamous line of everyone's playing Pokemon Go, but we need to Pokemon go to the polls.
Ooh.
Did you remember that shit?
No.
That was like,
But that's lazy punning.
she got a round of applause.
Yeah.
A standing ovation
look,
for that
again,
shit.
it's the bar for comedy is
Yeah.
very low on airplanes and political speeches.
Yeah.
They're just happy you tried. You took the swing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll always land with that audience.
Yeah, if a politician makes a joke and it sucks, the crowd isn't going to be like,
Yikes.
yeah, they're just cheerleading. They're like, that's our guy.
Yeah. But anyway, speaking of
Yeah, did I
that,
tell you I did that rooftop show or whatever?
no, what about that show? Oh, so New House.
New House.
Yes.
I think that's how you say it. It's like Soho House, kind of.
Soho House. Yeah.
It's in Hollywood.
Yeah. Maybe it's the European version of Soho House.
Maybe.
There is a Soho House in Europe, but this
I
could be
went to one when I was in Amsterdam.
Oh,
I went
shit.
to one when I was in London.
Whoa. How do you get into these spots?
I just know people.
So-
I love the beauty of being like wealthy adjacent is I get to tag along. It's like knowing someone who has a boat.
That's true.
So I get a nice little snapshot of what that world is,
Yeah.
even though I don't belong in it.
Yeah.
It's cool to visit.
I feel you. So for the listeners and the viewers that are at home
Sure.
who don't know what Soho House is,
Yes.
enlighten us.
Soho House, it's kind of like this, what is it? Like a bar, restaurant, nightclub kind of thing. Or it's like a club. It's like a country club. It's like a city country club. It takes place in a building. You have to pay a membership fee. So it's like this exclusive club.
How do you become a member?
I think you have to apply, and then I forget what the cost is to be a member.
Don't you need like 3 referrals?
Probably, yeah. You need
2 to 3
referrals,
referrals
and
from
then
existing members.
You need to write like a submission letter, and I think you have to be an artist of some sort.
Yeah.
Like you can't just be a banker and be in there. They want this eclectic mix of like artists.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think one time I saw Jen Stamos there and Usher in the same night.
I think I told you my Michael Bay story, right?
I don't know. No.
I was at Soho House and I was coming down
The steps.
I was at the bottom of the steps to take the elevator down. For those who don't know, there's an elevator to get in and out. And right in front of the elevator, like right when the doors open, there's a huge flight of steps that go up.
Yeah.
So I'm at the base of it, and Michael Bay comes walking down. Piece of shit. But like my childhood hero. My even like till this day, still like my film hero,
okay.
you know? I'm not like mentally prepared to meet Michael Bay, emotionally
This is happening
prepared
so fast.
to meet Michael Bay.
Yeah.
So I get in the elevator and I see him and his like entourage, like maybe like friends. You know, they're all elderly. They're walking down as well. They're staring at me and I'm just like repeatedly hitting like door closed, door closed.
You don't want to be in an elevator with Michael Bay?
I'm not ready for that yet.
Oh.
I need to.
When's that going to happen again?
So I compose myself. I think, oh, what am I going to say? What am I going to? Because, you know, like in the past, it's like meeting any like idol of yours, you know, like at the, like before you meet them, you have like, oh, you're like, oh, I'm going to talk to them about this. I'm going to ask, if I ever meet this guy, I will ask him about this and this and this. Now that it's like happening all of a sudden, you're like, I don't know, where do I begin? So I have time to compose myself. We're down there in the valet. And I'm like, okay, I approach him, Mr. Bay. I called him Mr. Bay.
Oh, I'm sure he loved that.
Yeah. I feel like I've told this story. I feel like I have.
don't know, whatever, I wanna hear.
We have 71 episodes.
Yeah,
so, I was like, Mr. Bay, I just want to say I'm a huge, I didn't say fan, follower. I don't know what I said, but it was something along the lines of like, I study your work. I studied all throughout film school. And, you know, you inspired me to pursue film. And, you know, here I am in Los Angeles and I'm, you know, working in the industry. And he was like, oh, that's good to hear, man. Congrats. He was like, I'm happy to hear, you know, shook my hand. And I was like, all right. But then I looked down. He's wearing jeans, which is fine.
Sure.
But he's wearing dress shoes with the jeans. Very early 90s, you know, fashion statement with white socks.
Ooh.
Black dress shoes.
White socks?
White socks. This
Michael
guy-
Jackson is the only guy who can get away with that.
Or Bruce Lee.
That's true.
Yeah.
Why are those the only two who can get away with the dress shoes or black shoes, white socks?
One could kill you.
That's true. And the other, you're just too enamored with the dancing to comment on it.
Yeah.
Like you want to roast him, but he's moonwalking and you get lost.
Yeah. And but anyways, my respect for him like dropped. I was like, you're like the richest director in the industry.
Money can't buy taste.
It can't. And then his like McLaren or Maserati or whatever pulled up, and I was like,
What if he got into like a transformer?
It's like ready to go, Mr. Bay.
He goes, yes. And he gets in.
Yeah.
Probably has enough money to do that.
He does. He's the highest paid, I think.
Director?
I think so. Yeah.
Damn.
Because he brought in over $1 billion with the Transformers trilogy, or not even trilogy. Who knows what it is
It's
now?
like up to 10.
Yeah. But anyway, I don't know how we got into this, but
I don't know. I'm just recounting the shows that I did.
But
this
you were
week.
at the New House.
The New House.
How was that comedy scene?
It's very LA. It's very Hollywood. It's not like a regular crowd. The show was fine.
So what
but
is
it's
that?
like a bougie upper crust, just entertainment adjacent. People aren't.
Then
They're going for the show and they're going for like the who's here and the exclusivity.
So that's the difference between that versus like
Just doing the
5
comedy
minutes
store.
down the road, the comedy store.
Or
Okay.
doing someone's backyard where it's just about the comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, at a regular show, people are there to watch the show.
The comedian.
And they get lost in the show.
Yeah.
One of these Hollywood shows, it's like half this and half this. And half this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's part of it like, I'm someone too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I always say, you know, when people talk about New York or LA,
Yeah.
like what's harder, doing stand-up? I think New York is way easier, just stand-up like wise, doing crowds from my experience. Because they're a mix of society.
Yeah.
There's fashion people, there's banking people, and, you know, finance.
Yeah.
And then in LA, everyone is just sort of
Entertainment.
within this band of entertainment,
Yeah.
and they're trying to make it too. So there's almost like a part envy.
Yeah.
I don't know, but just like a super Hollywood show it's a different animal.
Yeah.
And I knew it was gonna be one of those because I was on a rooftop. It was like weird chairs whenever it's got like weird architecture.
Yeah.
I hate form over function. Like every hotel you go to has to have the fucking weirdest shower.
Oh, yeah.
Just to prove to you that it's worth the money you spent on the room.
Yeah. It's a modern hotel.
Water gets everywhere, you know? Like I don't even know how to turn the faucet on. Am I supposed to be impressed? Like, whoa, I've never turned on a sink this way.
Yeah.
Take my money. Yeah, it was one of those. And then the bottle of water was glass, and that's how I knew it was pretty swanky. When they could just throw out glass water bottles whenever.
So you got there and you got this water bottle and you
Yeah.
saw the chairs. You immediately knew.
Yeah, and you could see the people, like everyone's gorgeous.
Yeah.
If everyone is gorgeous in the audience at a comedy show, it's not going to be a great show.
No. What's happening? Their looks are preventing them from.
It's just that just means if everyone is gorgeous in the crowd, it means the audience cares more about themselves than what is happening in front of them.
Gotcha. That makes sense. That
You
kind of
know?
makes sense.
Yeah,
And
and it's
it-
like a runway, and everyone's a model or something.
And again, since this is a rooftop,
And then
light.
sound bleeds up, and
Yeah.
then you hear choppers, and then you hear like a motorcycle come by. It's like hold for motorcycle.
Yeah.
You're just in the middle of a joke. You gotta wait for that guy. But it's still manageable. Like it was still fun.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like even in that scenario as well, since it is a rooftop, which again, it's weird that LA's not, I don't feel like LA is like a rooftop city. New York is.
Yeah.
You have like the skyline. It's, rooftops don't really hit that much in LA, like,
It has to be in a certain area.
yeah, that's true.
It did hit. This place is cool.
Oh, okay.
Like there's a cool view of the skyline.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
If you have like downtown in your,
That's great too.
yeah, then you can see,
But like in like Silver Lake, it's just all flat.
yeah. But rooftops, like if you're in a club, you control the lighting. There's a spotlight on you. You can't really see the audience. How much does that affect your performance?
What? Just the way that it's set up.
Just
on a rooftop?
being because like the Laugh Factory, it's like super bright.
That's a qualm I have with the Laugh Factory as well. Like the Laugh Factory is still fun to do. I think it's an easy room.
Yeah.
I think it's very hard to eat shit at the Laugh Factory. But what I don't like about it is how well lit it is.
Yeah.
That's the club version of like I'm here to be seen as well.
Yeah.
The Comedy Store is dark. No one knows you're there. I think
yeah.
that's why like there's two types of celebrities. I think there's ones who just want to go escape, watch this other art form and craft, and just kind of disappear in the
And,
back
like, the corner
and not
shadows.
be who they are. Like I've talked about Michael Shannon coming by,
Yeah.
and just sitting in the back and watching comedy.
I was there.
It's about the show.
I was there the night David Schwimmer was watching you.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From Friends.
Yeah, they like to just come in, be in the shadows, and then like leave, not make a big hoopla about it. The Laugh Factory is where you go to get like snapped by TMZ, like Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez go to the Laugh Factory. It's like so well lit.
Yeah.
Everyone knows you're there.
Yeah.
So it's more like look at me watch comedy at the factory.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a generalization, but I don't love the supermarket lighting at the Laugh Factory. It's it's like Ralph's in there, or it's like Vaughn's. You see every face. It's just kind of, the darkness is better for comedy. It is.
I like that.
Darkness, a spotlight, just the mood.
So you don't want to see the audience.
I can, but I prefer just like, I'd have to strain to look.
Yeah. I always tell people,
Like I don't want to see the guy in the back row. Like I don't want it so well lit that I can see the pores of the guy in the back row. Like that's too much.
yeah.
I want to be able to see maybe like the first 5 rows, but it's like moody. Like this shit, dude.
Whoa, we're like in a nightclub.
We're in a
man.
nightclub.
We're in
This is perfect for comedy.
a TikToker's bedroom.
Yeah.
I think. I just realized.
What?
Yeah, our lighting is.
It's pretty bomb ass.
Yeah. I was gonna ask about. I don't know what I was gonna ask about because my train of thought just went out the
away?
window. But we've touched on a lot. We touched on fast fashion, what Soho House is, the
So
vibes.
much. Yeah.
But going back to Pokemon Go, go to the polls.
I did already. I used to do mail-in.
But we're by next week. We're gonna have a guest next week, right?
Oh yeah.
So we're not gonna be able to film after the election. So we're not going to be touching on this election for
a bit.
For like 2 weeks.
That's why people love us. You know, we're on the sidelines.
Yeah.
We're not militant.
You know what? I appreciate that. We are late with our news, our breaking news, because sometimes we have to film like a little bit before.
Yeah.
But we give ourselves enough time to gather all the information.
Yeah.
And make like great
observations.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not first to the story.
We're not trying to. Yeah. We're not trying to.
But we nail it. We marinate on it.
What was it like after 9/11 happened, or like any kind of tragedy that happened? The most outlandish, like within the few minutes, like most outlandish stories come out that like 2 hours later get debunked.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's just trying to get that tweet in. That
and then they have to retract it.
Yeah.
We don't retract shit.
We've never retracted
we
anything.
We get it right from the start. You know what's interesting? So I did that weekend in Phoenix.
Oh yeah.
And I've talked about this before. Now I sort of see the road as an opportunity just to create clips. It's great.
Yeah.
So I just get to generate a lot of assets from doing the road. I posted a stand-up clip.
I saw that.
Because I'm watching The Vow, I think I'm done with it.
What's a vow?
It's about Nexium, that Smallville cult.
Oh, yeah.
We talked about this,
The cult one, yeah.
So
It's called The Vow?
It's called The Vow. It's on HBO Max.
Okay.
And then I posted that joke just about like how there's not a lot of black people in cults. I think I said there's no black people in cults, but it's like a joke,
Yeah. You're not.
I'm making a generalization.
Yeah.
And then it's doing well. Like it got a lot of views and stuff. It's still like kind of popping off on TikTok. But there's always someone who's like, Jonestown.
Yeah.
What about Jonestown?
Yeah.
Or like, what about Yahweh?
Yeah.
And like there are exceptions.
Yeah.
It's just interesting how people fact check jokes so hard.
Yeah.
Like I understand that there are exceptions, but I mean, it's a joke, and then also it's a generalization. I just feel like there are, as a whole, less black people in cults than white people.
It just will take away from the joke where it's like...
Yeah, do you want me to be factual or do you want me to be funny?
Yeah.
know?
Well, technically not. I checked the statistics. There's about like a 3%, black demographic or people of color in these cults.
Or it'd be great if I had a fact checker after my comedy shows. Just be like, to be fair and balanced, guys, I know we had a lot of fun tonight. But I told some half-truths. And Gabe, my intern here, he's going to point out some of the inaccuracies in my comedy tonight. I know you want to get home. Maybe you hired a babysitter and you're still on the clock. But I would really feel comfortable if you knew the whole truth and not just the funny truth. So, Gabe, take the floor.
Well,
he's like, hey, guys.
Fahim
glad
started.
You enjoyed. Yeah. So, at minute 5, he said... he said that there's no black people in cults. Actually, Joe needs a slideshow. It just turns and everyone's like, I paid for my bill. Can I leave? Almost. We can't fill you up with half-truths.
Yeah. So, I saw that. You're doing well on TikTok, man. I don't know why you shit on it so much.
I don't shit on it.
The shit on the like continuing to put, because I remember you've said this a couple of times where like, you're like, you've done really well in the past on TikTok. Like some of your videos hit the 1 million views. And then you post, but you don't see that success or whatever. But a lot of your videos cross into once you see the K on your videos, you're doing well, dude.
I guess I still like it because it's the only place where there's organic growth.
Yeah.
There's no other place like that anymore. Instagram used to be that.
Yeah.
Now it's impossible for like shit that I do on Instagram. Like
discovered.
The people who see my stuff really like it.
Yeah.
But they really throttle who can see my stuff when I create on Instagram. It can't take off.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I could hit like 300,000 views and hit the explore page, and that's just not a thing anymore. TikTok, there is that lotto ticket for explosive growth.
Yeah.
So I'll have a video just take off, like the Mentos commercial I did. Even though half the people not half, but like some Gen Zers, it's crazy how people just want to get people.
Yeah.
No one looks at intent or context. They're just like, so blackface is cool. So we're doing blackface. Well, I was just doing a mask.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't even cross my mind when I was making it.
I think people need to understand what the history of blackface and what blackface was trying to do versus drawing on a black mask.
Yeah. I mean, if no one's seen it. So I do this Mentos commercial where, I don't have my mask, and then I open up the glove compartment and I see a marker, and then I get an idea. And then the music comes in like do 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 do, and then you just see me like putting the mask on, and then I draw the strings around my ear, and then I have the Mentos, and it's like people love it, you know, especially like 90s babies and
Millennials,
stuff. Millennials, yeah. they're like, oh fuck, I haven't thought about that song forever. It takes me to this special place. But then there's a generation that has no context for Mentos commercials and stuff.
Yeah.
And they just see half blackface or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it's cool because the comments are checking each other.
Yeah.
So like I don't have to do anything. It's just like a battle royale in the comment section where they're like, he's obviously drawing a mask on. I mean, this whole thing could have been remedied if I just used a blue marker for the sketch. But hindsight is 2020.
Yeah.
But you gotta know I'm not fucking trying to do blackface.
Yeah.
Like that's not my intent at all.
Show.
Yeah. If I did, it would go all the way up. And like, why would I do that?
Yeah.
And yeah. So I have a love, not hate, but trying to figure out TikTok out because I think I'll have something cool and then it doesn't take off.
Yeah.
Stand-up does well though. Like my stand-up will do well on there.
Yeah.
So it's cool to have that as just like a linchpin, as a baseline. But the sketches, that one took off, the Mentos one, but some of the other ones don't.
Yeah. Hit or miss.
Hit or miss.
Yeah.
But it's where the kids are, you know?
That's where the kids are. And my grown ass that I'm just
me too.
there.
The trouble with being a stand-up is you have to be an early adopter to every app, no matter how young it slants.
Yeah.
You just have to be on the bleeding edge of, whoa, what are the fans on?
Because we were speaking about this with Eric Griffin. Watch that episode if you haven't. But yeah, he kind of touched on that too, where you gotta touch on these platforms that pop up. you know. One came up like not too long ago that was trying to be the American TikTok.
Oh, Thrill?
I think so.
Thriller
I remember I downloaded
Triller?
too, and it just no. I know that was like a couple years ago.
I think that's still out.
It's still out, but not used as much. That was more like I would see people just dancing on that. I can't remember what the app was. I'm looking through my apps, but yeah, there was like an app that because they were like, we're gonna shut down TikTok because it's
I love how 12-year-olds were losing their mind when they heard that.
It was called Byte, BYTE.
Oh, was it supposed to be like Vine?
It was supposed to be like the American TikTok because Trump was gonna shut down TikTok.
Yeah.
So like some developer put out.
Thank God 10-year-olds can't vote because they would have voted him out in a landslide.
They would have.
No, TikTok, go Biden.
You know who is one demographic we should never piss off? K-pop fans.
Yeah, I agree.
They are dangerous.
Aren't they?
We have nothing against you guys.
Dude, this guy.
BTS.
You love him.
I love,
Blackpink, all that.
All of them. XOXO. Whoever you
I
name
think
it.
all pop groups should be Korean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We stand by that.
Stand by it.
But once they like unite and they focus on one target,
it's a heat-seeking missile.
During the protests, during the George Floyd protests, like earlier this summer, a lot of these cities that the protests were in, the police station or the police department would be like, hey, we have a crime app. If any of you guys see any crime or looting, upload it to this app and we'll use it as evidence, to persecute or prosecute these individuals. So all these K-pop fans start uploading K-pop videos like by the thousands.
So cops are just pulling up their phones and just seeing like guys with headsets.
So they flood this database and they crash it. And then I think that was like Texas, and they were like focusing on, and they were like going city to city, being like, we're flooding these like apps. With,
I heard they're like flooding like white supremacy hashtags too, with like just K-pop gifs, and
they're the true resistance.
Yeah,
K-pop fans are the true resistance.
It's kind of great. It's like in Lord of the Rings where the battle is getting heated, and then you see the K-pop fans coming from the side on horses, like
yeah. In the Battle of Helm's Deep, Gandalf comes in with the Riders of Rohan, but they're K-pop fans.
No, it's just the K-pop guy with a headset. Like, follow me.
But yeah, that's we have nothing against you guys. We love you guys.
We love K-pop.
Please don't attack us in any way. But yeah, they're part of the resistance, the revolution, man.
Did you happen to catch Matthew McConaughey on Rogan?
No, I didn't. But I've been.
It's a good listen.
Yeah.
He's a smart dude. I'm curious to see where you stand when you watch it.
I listened to Matthew McConaughey on WTF.
Oh, was that recent?
Yeah, I think it was around. He's promoting a book, I think.
Yeah.
So
he drops a lot of gems.
I
I kind of love just seeing interviews with people that you just have I just know him from his art.
Yeah.
Or his movies.
Yeah.
So it's great to hear an actor who usually just speaks someone else's words go into the recesses of his own mind.
Yeah.
And you go, oh, cool. He's got something to say on his own.
Yeah. I think that there's a few, and Woody Harrelson, he was on WTF and he really dived into a lot of things where I was like, oh shit, like this is a side of him that, I never really took on. And,
or like when I was on there, I mean, you really got to peel back the layers.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get to learn a lot about me.
I'll learn a lot about Fahim.
Week to week, this is all bullshit, but WTF, that's...
Yeah.
I was an onion.
So, this is our like second week talking about Rogan on this podcast.
I started lifting. I got some kettlebells.
Yeah.
I do protein powder now.
I
drink on it.
Are you on the full protein diet?
I'm doing all meat. I eat milk now. Elk.
Oh, just elk?
Straight up elk.
You hunt it yourself?
No.
Oh, okay.
I just buy it.
Oh, you just get okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then sliced jalapenos.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
I know Rogan's audience is very or people have a very divisive views on Rogan.
Yeah.
You either love him or you hate him. And you hate him because he kind of dabbles in like this white supremacy zone that like he'll bring them onto his podcast, and give them a platform, and people argue that these individuals should not be given platforms. Some argue that he's bringing them on to challenge them, on these platforms. But from time to time, I catch a few episodes. Like last week,
it's all very guest dependent for me.
Yeah,
I don't watch every episode, but like Matthew McConaughey's on there. I find that to be interesting, so I'll tune in. Yeah. But what I do love about Rogan, I don't have every episode, but I just love that it's a 3-hour discourse with someone. And where else do you ever see that? And it's not beholden to any media company that may have political affiliations either way. Like MSNBC slants very one way, Fox News slants very another way. And I think there should be a place for that where it's almost just like rogue discussions. Yeah. Like he doesn't have to answer to anyone really, whereas everywhere else there are angles.
There's corporate. I call them
he's
like corporate
he's just a dude.
Yeah.
I think people forget they want to hold him to the same standard as like NBC Nightly News, like or CNN or like
Anderson Cooper
or the
type.
New York Times.
Yeah.
You forget he's a dude. Like he's a UFC stand-up comedian. Like why are you holding him to the same standards as New York Times, especially when he's gotten to the point he wasn't anointed this.
Yeah.
Remember when he was just like playing Quake and just doing it, and it's built up to this because obviously there's a thirst for it in the country.
Yeah.
So I think it's one thing when you've been anointed this platform, but when you've built it from the ground up, I think you can say, I'm just going to do my own thing. And if you tune in, you tune in. And if you don't, you don't.
I think a lot of people they'll base their judgment on the audience that listens and follows these individuals, so. But
also I don't think he should be on the hook for dumb people.
I don't think he should either, but I think it's the sense where it's like he has this influence. He's the biggest podcast in the world, right? And he has this influence over a lot of incels, Listen, look, I'm not saying...
I know, but like, that's tough though. Like, imagine if you told me like incels love my comedy or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't...
But then we have to ask if that's the case. We're like, what is it about Fahim that attracts these individuals?
Yeah, but now you're like painting me to be some like Pied Piper of incels when I'm just being me. And if they gravitate towards me, I'm not for it. Like I'm not their ringleader.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be on the hook for whatever the fuck these incels do.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think there should be a separation between, what these bad apples are doing and what, like, no one's calling for violence or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
But yeah, I listen. I like again. It's for me. It's a very audience or guest based.
Dependent. Yeah. That's how I am with every podcast.
Yeah.
I'm just like, who's the guest? Except for this one. This one's just a banger every fucking time, guest or not.
Yeah, every episode you learn something new. You walk away with a laugh.
You walk away with a laugh.
A hot take,
a hot jam.
Yeah,
a hot jam. Dude.
Hot jam, hot take. But I've been listening to the one with David Blaine. He like last month he interviewed David Blaine, and I David Blaine was. I remember what got me into podcasts like 5 years ago. Alec Baldwin has a podcast called like Here's the Thing.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the first one I listened to was like of Jimmy Fallon. He interviewed Jimmy Fallon, and I was like, whoa, like I like podcasts. Because before, to me, podcasts were like, I'm who's it? NPR guy,
Guy Raz.
Guy Raz.
How I built this.
Yeah. So like to me, when I think podcasts, I think Guy Raz.
NPR or just NPR. It's a genre of podcasting. NPR.
Yeah.
You know how it's. I always think it's fascinating how these styles of voice develop just depending on the medium.
Mm-hmm.
Like back in the day, if it was calling a baseball game, like, here comes Slugger, he comes up to the bat, or, you know, swing and a miss.
Yeah, yeah.
Today's game is brought to you by, you know, Dapper Dan,
Yeah.
Pomade. And then you have Zoo Crew Radio in the 90s or 80s where it's like, yeah, coming down to the Chuckle Hut is Fahim Anwar. You're doing, Friday and Saturday? 2 shows. Go down there. You're going to love it. And we've got, you know.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, guys. And then you got the rock station. Hey, guys, we're back. That was Van Halen. And we got some AC/DC coming at you. Like, no one talks like that.
Yeah.
But it's just the genesis of a medium.
Yeah.
And then you had, like, broadcaster voice on the news, like, there was a building that exploded. 30 people are dead. Allison?
Mm-hmm.
Like, no one talks that stilted and always, like,
there's that
hits the sad thing on the head nod.
The smooth jazz.
Yeah, that was Kenny G. And we are going to play. You know, it's very... And then there's a NPR voice, which is like, a funny thing happened. It's like, bloop, 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 bloop. All these sound effects.
Yeah.
And they go out in the field and they have an interview. And then podcasting, just people talking what I perceive to be normal, but maybe it is a style when you look back on it. And then you were talking about TikTok voice.
Oh yeah, TikTok voice. I can't stand. I think
do it.
Okay.
So it's a style of speaking that has generated because of TikTok.
So before there, we were at like, I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast or at lunch. It was
maybe both, but do a deep dive.
So there's YouTube voice, and
what's YouTube voice?
So YouTube voice is when YouTubers began filming.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was in that world for so long, and I was around these vloggers for so long. It starts off with them just like, you know, like just very casual, and it's like, all right, 1 second, I gotta hit record. Hey, you guys, what's up? We're here. We're gonna go blah 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 blah. Like super energy. Hit stop. So you want to go and grab some, and it's like this weird shift. And so that was vlogging. And then like YouTubers at home, anytime they would like hit record, they'd be like, hey guys, so today we're going to go and explore this abandoned mall. Blah, blah, blah. And it's like this super high energy thing. And and it's still around. But now there's TikTok. TikTok does like top 10s, you know? We're going to like, hey guys, so today, and it's like this weird cadence where it's like Johnny Depp was accused for and it's like this like weird head bob, like very jarring stop, you know, and I compiled all of these, and it was so funny because I'm a TikTok troll, like comment troll. I'll leave comments like if you're scrolling through TikTok, just hit the comments and you'll see me. Once I get like too many likes, I delete my comments because I hate the notifications. But I'll always comment like, why do you talk like that? Why do you, in like every video, why do you talk like that? Why do you talk like that? So I downloaded it like a handful, and I was going to do a
supercut.
Yeah, supercut on Twitter of like a compilation of these.
Just write TikTok voice and then hit the video.
Yeah. And I just never got around to it.
Yeah, TikTok is interesting. The audience, sometimes it doesn't lean the smartest. Like I did this one sketch I put up, actually did well. This one where I'm like texting and ask a friend. I'm like, hey, maybe you could help me with this. So I'm texting with this girl, and I just recount the whole text message. I'm like, I texted on her story. I texted like, oh, cool sweater. And she goes, thanks.
I remember this.
So basically the joke is like this exchange that I've had with this girl is just so long and it goes nowhere.
About the bed and the mattress.
Yeah. Where I'm like, cool sweater. Where'd you get it? She's like, oh, I think it was a gift. And I'm like, oh, cool. You have good friends.
Yeah.
I have good friends too. It's good to have good friends.
Yeah.
And I go, what are you doing? She's like, oh, I'm just laying in bed. And I go, oh, cool. What kind of mattress do you have? She goes, I'm not sure. I go, is it memory foam? Is it a spring or a hybrid?
Yeah.
I heard you can get them pretty cheap on Amazon. And then I asked my friend, I'm like, and then she didn't write anything. Like, what's up with that?
Yeah.
So it got shared a lot. It got a lot of traction on TikTok. But so many comments are like, hey, bro, when she said, they're trying to give me advice on this. Like, dude, she's not interested. Real. Yeah. Like, how fucking dumb are you? Where you think this is a real...
Dude, it's not even...
Like, I just set up a GoPro in my apartment to capture real life.
Yeah.
They can't tell that this is obviously a sketch.
Yeah.
They go, anytime she says this, it means she's not into you, bro. Or you're better off without her.
Yeah. The amount... And I feel like this goes across anything online. Mm-hmm. How gullible people are when they watch anything that they're given, they believe it. You know, any kind of like, I mean, like, look, I came from a prank place. We acquired 10 million subscribers because people thought our pranks were real. Yeah. You know, and like if you go back and you watch these pranks, you're like, oh, all these people all of them are fucking actors. You know, you'll be like, oh, this is clearly fake. You know. Yeah. So now watching that, because we would put cameras. If you're on TikTok and you're I'm speaking directly to the people.
To the TikTokers.
If you're watching TikTok and you see a camera in someone's face at a high angle with the flash on and it's supposed to be like a candid thing, it's fake. Like, it's staged. The person's acting. Yeah. How you don't think, like, if you walk in here right now with your camera face level with a bright flash in my face and you're trying to like record a conversation, like, what's up, man? Would you don't think someone's gonna be like, hey, do you want to put the camera down? You know? Yeah. People just believe it. And, you know, part of me was like, you know, maybe I should hire like a few, like stage a few of these things just to prove that but I'm like, no.
What's the point?
Yeah, what's the point?
But that one was astounding to me. Like, mine isn't even set up like a prank. Yeah. I'm obviously filming myself. Yeah. How do you think this is real? Yeah. Dude, when she just gave you short answers, it means she's not into it. I would just move on. Like, I go, oh, thanks. Thanks for the pointers.
It's that
and the caption is bad at texting guy. And there's hashtag comedy. You still think it's real? Yeah. Yeah, man.
That's something that would circulate on Facebook. Facebook and TikTok are two platforms that anyone will believe anything.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Like, Facebook's for the old people.
TikTok is less dangerous. You're not going to influence an election based on a 12-year-old dancing.
Facebook is more like parents will believe it. Like, oh my God, did you see? I don't know why I did. But it's like, did you see this video? And it's like, that parents will circulate that. And then TikTok's like Gen Z's being like, did you see these couples pranked each other? And
dude, you know what is nails on a chalkboard? This genre of comedy? Couples playing pranks on each other. Yeah. Couples playing fake pranks on each other. Yeah. Like that and fitness couples.
They're the worst.
My dream is that like a fitness couple, one of them gets really fat. And then the guy's like, oh, look, I love you, but you're ruining the brand. Like, I can't. Yeah. We can't do fitness videos anymore.
You get dropped from the channel.
Yeah. He's like, you know, obviously I love her. I wish her the best, but you know, I need to be able to Superman my girl.
Yeah. Kelly and Tim's fitness channel has turned into just.
Yeah, where it's just like some ripped guy and he just lifts her over a wall and like that's their life. You go, okay, let's see what the longevity on this is. Yeah. Yeah. Make your money now. This is the Macarena dancers all over again.
It is, man. Did you watch the UFC fights last week?
Oh, Khabib retired?
Khabib retired, yeah. Did you watch it?
No.
Neither did I.
I just saw the highlights. I just saw him like kneeling in the ring and like breaking crying down. Yeah. I was looking for the knockout, but I think they wait to do that.
Yeah. I didn't watch it either. I don't really watch UFC.
Yeah, I don't either, but I'll catch the clips.
Yeah.
Like I'll watch the best of on Twitter.
So this is our take on what happened. I think it was a solid fight.
Interesting. Even though you haven't seen any of it.
Like I read that he like put the guy like
sleep or whatever. Yeah. Someone was saying that he was Oh, man, this shows you how out of the orbit we are on fighting and stuff.
Yeah.
We're just speculating.
Yeah. We're speculating on other people's speculation.
Yeah. That he was kind of, it was like even or maybe even losing the first couple of rounds and then he choked him out or.
Well, from the speculations that I read.
Yeah. Come to us for sloppy UFC analysis.
From the speculations I read, he was going to put him into an arm bar.
Wait, say that again?
He was going to put him into an arm bar.
Okay.
But this individual in an interview said that he will not tap. So if he's put in an arm bar,
he's going to break his arm.
He's going to break his arm. And Khabib looked around and was like, oh, his parents are here. So I don't want to break his arm in front of his parents. So I'll just put him asleep. Yeah.
Is that for real?
Yeah,
he said that?
He said that to a commentator. And the commentator said it on ESPN.
Yo, that's like the classiest move ever.
Yeah.
Like, I could break your arm, but your family's in the crowd.
Yeah.
I'll just choke you out.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
And this is all
and
while...
this will be my last fight ever.
Yeah, and this is while you're, like, grappling the guy. Like, you got him in the arm.
I imagine he has the arm, and then he just looks out and sees his family, and he goes, I can't do this. And then the guy's like, thank you. And then he's champ.
That's how it went.
You ever been choked out?
Never.
Yeah, me neither.
I
remember when I was a kid in middle school, it's crazy how these trends develop in school as you're going through adolescence and stuff. Just the dumb shit that would trend in your high school or your grade. I remember kids would sneak into the bathroom and make each other pass out.
I remember this. How? And I never understood what they were
Maybe
like,
it was fun for them, or it was it was weird. It was like taking drugs. Like I never did it.
Yeah.
But I watch sometimes. Yeah. They would sit on the bathroom floor with their back against the wall.
Okay.
And I think they would like hold their breath and then have their friend like press on their chest really hard.
Yeah.
Until they passed out.
Yeah, I remember
and
this.
I was like, I'm good.
And they'd be like spazzing.
Or they'd just be like, whoa, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, your turn.
Yeah.
I'm like, I gotta go to class.
Yeah.
Have fun with that.
Literally, yeah. High school, they would do that all the time. They would like stand in a circle in the gym or in the bathroom. But like, yo, we're gonna make this guy pass out. I'm like, why would you want to do that?
Because he wants to.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna be my turn.
Yeah.
So kids, let us know if that's still a thing or that was just our generation.
I think, yeah, I would love to hear Gen Zs.
Are Gen Zs, are you passing out over Zoom? You're like, Mom, can you do this for me? My friend, he's not here.
I feel like that's early signs of kinks.
Oh, you thinking
asphyxiation? Like, you know, they're going to grow up to like hang themselves. And
oh, shit.
Like
David Carradine?
Yeah, I was literally about to say.
Flying too close to the sun?
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Be grateful if you're into normal stuff. Sometimes you'll hear about these like this crazy shit. Yeah. And I go, that just sounds cumbersome.
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of work.
You know, we're not here to kink shame anyone. We're just, I think kinks are just, it's hard to, like, not to put my business out there. Mm-hmm. I don't have any weird kinks. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not like, oh, I need to be like put in a like
I've always thought about this, like the people
you thought about my kink.
no not your kinks but people who like love sex swings or whatever.
Yeah,
like you gotta fucking build the swing like it's IKEA. You're like, where's L5 the washer for this?
Yeah.
And then she's like, honey, can we just like have sex? And he's like, you know, I can't just that way.
Yeah.
I need to help me build this.
Yeah.
And then you got to get in the swing.
Yeah.
You got to get in and out each time.
Yeah. It's a process.
It just, again, I'm such an efficiency guy.
Yeah.
To do that.
But like, I agree.
Look, if that floats your boat, great. But
We're
I'm
not
saying
shaming
for
you,
me personally, it just seems like a big time commitment.
Yeah.
And it's not for me.
I think the hardest part would be to not just.
What if you hire a guy on TaskRabbit just to build your sex swing?
I feel like
you're eating an apple. You're like, is it coming together? All right, thanks. So what's your Venmo? I'm gonna fuck right now, but I'll send it to you. This is good. And then it breaks. And you're like, it fucking TaskRabbit again. Oh shit. Call the cops. And the cops come and they go, sir, we're gonna get you out of there. You're in there pretty tight. We gotta get the jaws of life. So you're just naked with an apple and a sex swing, like fucking TaskRabbit. That's our sponsor for this week, TaskRabbit
and Sex Swing.
And Sex Swing. They won't do as bad of a job as I've painted in this scenario.
Yeah.
This is hyperbole.
So use our offer code, Dance Hour 20.
Dance Hour Swing.
Yeah.
20.
and you'll have a task guy.
You'll have a task guy come out and build your sex swing properly.
Yeah. But I feel like if you're into these kinks, to find a partner, to be like, hey, like,
who's into that?
Yeah, you just gotta like talk them into like going along with this.
Yeah.
You know, if you're into kinks, please write us in.
Please, yeah, you could be anonymous.
Anonymous. We won't read your name.
For real. I'm just fascinated, and like I think it's cool to learn about other things.
Yeah.
Whatever your kink is, do a proton mail. You don't have to have your name on it. We'll leave it anonymous. Just write into the podcast, fahimanwardancehour @gmail.com.
And I think what I'm curious, if you guys decide to write in, no one will, but if you are, how you spoke to your partner about it, and or did they take it well?
Did you do it all at once? Did you kind of slowly roll it out like a soft open?
First it was like, just put your hands on my throat. Then it was like, choke me. Then it was like, here's a giant like noose.
That's a good point. It starts with just and then okay, a little harder, maybe next time.
Yeah.
And then a rope or a belt.
Yeah.
And then it's like, put my head through a window. Sometimes you're like, Jesus, what happened to you?
Yeah.
Or like, what happened in your past?
So I feel like these kids in middle school that were doing that.
Oh shit.
It
was a gateway? Is that why I have no kinks?
I guess so.
Because if I got passed out, I'd be building a swing.
Yeah. I've been boxing for a long time, but when we were younger.
Are you still doing it?
Not because since COVID, yeah. But back when I was in Virginia, we used to go to this place that we would train, and before our like boxing thing would start, these guys would grapple, like, and this one guy came in, he was like, hey, like, just join our class, we'll like do some grappling, and some of the guys continued grappling. I was like, it's not for me. I was always afraid of cauliflower ears, so that's why I never wanted to grapple. And this guy was like, okay, we're gonna do choke holds. He was like, everyone needs to get choked out. Not like passed out, but like they
know what it feels like.
Yeah, so
so you could be like, now I know what I'm administering to my opponents.
Yeah,
and the power of the choke,
basically.
Yeah.
So this like bucking jack, like fighter, like grab, like dude would like put our little like noodle necks in his arm, like flex, and we'd be like, he's like, all right, next.
Like an assembly line.
Yeah.
Just, my turn.
Yeah. I was like 18, 19. I was like, this guy can like literally just flex his arms and his bicep and his forearm and just
choke you out,
just snap my neck. But
what if you did?
Then we wouldn't have had this great podcast.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Or you just be in a different chair. Oh no,
playing stuff a lot. But yeah, no, we it's painful, and that was the first and last time I've felt that type of. We weren't like choked out, but we felt the pressure of like, if he was like, if I apply this like 10 seconds longer, you'd go to sleep.
Right. So you were choked out adjacent.
Yeah. We felt the pressure and the pain, but
well, at least you know what you do to other people now.
Yeah. But anyway, enough about that. Any chance we got any kind of mailbag?
I think we got maybe one or two.
Okay. Because this is an early.
Yeah. This is like, we didn't have a lot of time between this and the last one.
Yeah.
But this will drop. We'll wait a few days before this one drops.
I had a friend hit me up a week ago. They're like, hey, we're going to have like an outdoor gathering on like Thursday night. Here's the, like, I'll give you more details when we come, closer to the day. So the day comes around and I'm like, hey, what's up with that Thursday night gathering, that bonfire? And
is this the halal marshmallow thing?
No. That was my cousin in Virginia. This was like recently here in LA, in like Laguna. We're gonna do a bonfire at the beach, and social distance, whatever. So I was like, okay, just send me the details of like where, when, whatever. Thursday comes around. I'm like, hey, is this still on? Nothing. Seen. I'm like, and this is on Instagram. I'm like, okay, guess it's not on. I'm like, I'm on Instagram watching stories.
It's on.
I got uninvited.
No.
This was humiliating. I was like,
how did you get on it? Are you sure it's not an oversight? Do you know it was an active uninvite?
I don't know. Because it happened 24 hours ago.
Yeah. So it's still fresh.
It's still fresh.
Is this a jabroni?
No, man. I don't know. If I got screwed over, I don't know if I'm uninvited. I've been learning a lot that there's people out there that don't like me.
What?
Yeah, right?
It's preposterous.
I'll see a tweet and someone will quote retweet it and they'll like write their caption but it says like tweet unavailable. So I'm like, oh, like did it get so I click on it and it's like this individual has you blocked. Wow, why am I getting blocked? And I'm like, okay.
Wait, I don't get it. So how does that work? So the person who blocked you is retweeting you?
No. Someone on my timeline retweeted the person who blocked me, but like quote retweeted them. So I see, like, let's say, for example, Aristotle blocks me, right? But you quote tweet Aristotle on Twitter and you write a caption like, oh, this is funny. But it says like, I see you saying, oh, this is funny. But it says the other thing is unavailable.
Ooh.
So when I click to see what is unavailable, sometimes it'll just be a glitch and it'll show up. But other times you'll click it, it'll be like, oh, this tweet's deleted. Or other times it'll be like, this person has you blocked. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. I've blocked a lot of people before.
Yeah.
But then like over the last like 2 months, I've been noticing that like.
Maybe it's all your lava takes on this podcast. You're alienating a lot of people.
This girl on Instagram soft blocked me.
Soft block?
Yeah.
You mean mute?
No, so
what's a soft block?
okay, so if you're following someone and you're like, I want this guy to stop following me, I'll block you, then I'll unblock you. So that way you're not following me anymore.
It'll kind of kick you off?
Yeah.
And they would have to refollow to...
Yeah. Yeah. So that way you can be like, oh, it was a glitch.
There's a glitch.
But like that excuse that worked 5 years ago doesn't work today.
People are wise to the soft block?
Yeah. So I was like, damn, I really got soft blocked. No, and it's like one of those things where it's like, do you message the person and be like,
oh, that'd be great. You're the guy who brings social media into the real world?
Yeah.
Like that petty?
Yeah.
Why'd you soft block me?
Yeah.
What? I know you blocked me and then unblocked me and then it kicked me off. I know what you're doing. Tell it to my face.
So yeah, now I'm just like, do I be petty or do I just swallow, like, do I just
say, who cares?
I can't.
Move on with your life.
Nah, man, this pettiness drives me. It's my fuel.
You live for this.
I live for this.
This is very Afghan of you.
It is, man. But
that's the problem with our people. We're very petty.
We're very prideful.
Very crabs in a bucket.
Prideful individuals.
Eyes on your own paper, Afghans.
No,
like, who cares?
No, I care.
That's the problem.
So, mailbag.
All right, this is from Sohail, right?
Oh,
from Indiana.
Yeah.
Salam from Bloomington. Hey, Fahim and Ali. Hope you guys have been well. It's Sohail Ali. I'm saying it right? How do you say the?
I think Sohail.
Sohail?
I think so, yeah.
Sohail. It's Sohail Ali from Indiana. Long-time listener, first-time writing in. Full-time Afghan. And yes, there are indeed Afghans in Indiana. I am living proof. Fahim, we met when you headlined the Limestone Comedy Festival in Bloomington last summer. It was so great to meet and chat with you about your stand-up journey. Since this past August, I have been doing stand-up open mics in Indianapolis and loving it. You inspired me to get up on stage, and I really appreciate that. Also loved seeing you on the Comedy Store documentary. Looking forward to more episodes. Ollie, we both survived that nightmare of an editing project a few weeks ago.
I hired him, yeah, as an editor.
Yeah, man.
One of 3 editors.
You're a job creator. You're like the Lou Pearlman of editing.
I haven't paid him yet.
Shut up. He built up my chest. Ali Baluch told me how to do push-ups. He's not a pedophile.
I'll get you your check, Sahil.
That's why he's writing in. He just wants his money.
Like once the client pays me for the second installment, I'll get you your check.
Project a few weeks ago and are forever bonded through the shared trauma of that experience.
True.
All joking aside, you're the most underrated podcast co-host, and no matter what anyone says, don't ever cut the hair.
Oh,
that's because he has long hair too.
He does, yeah.
Birds of a feather.
Flock together or pod together.
Pod together. My Dance Hour t-shirt came in a couple days ago. It's comfortable and stylish as hell.
Whoa.
See image attached. Let's throw that up there, guys. Boom. That looks swanky. Look at that hair. Look at that shirt. That could be you, guys and gals. If either of you guys are ever in Indiana, maybe if Fahim plays a Comedy Attic or Helium Indie, best believe my parents and I are going to Afghan host the shit out of you. Mantu, kebab, bolani, the works. Oh. You know how we do. Until then, keep on killing it, guys. Sincerely, Sohail Ali.
Wow, very nice of
Thanks, man.
Hospitable of him.
Very hospitable. I remember saying what's up to him when I did Limestone, that comedy festival.
Yeah.
Really cool guy.
I had to play
we got the chat. He like got me free euros.
Yeah.
There was like a truck. It was so good.
I remember playing middleman for that. It's like, hey,
you linked it up.
Can you text Fahim to see if he's down? I'm like, I'll text him, but I'll just give you heads up.
You play middleman a lot.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like
Afraid of me?
Yeah.
Oh, why?
Because they think you're Hollywood, man.
Really?
Yeah.
They think I'm the people watching the comedy show on the roof at Newhouse.
Yeah. Yeah.
With my glass water. Talk to Ollie Baluch.
Yeah.
Then I'll see if you're worthy.
And it's kind of like, hey, can you get Fahim to do this election post or like conference call? And I'm like, I tell them what I think you'll say. I'm like, look.
Yeah. I love people who kind of already know which way I lean.
Yeah.
And you can weed out stuff. Like my managers like this too. Like they know what my inclination already is.
Yeah.
So stuff that is so just left field.
Yeah.
They'll say no for me before I even.
Yeah.
But they'll approach things that I'm kind of on the fence with.
I'll always tell them like, hey, he's gonna say no to this, but I'm gonna ask him anyway. So I'm like, hey, are you down to do this? Blah, blah, blah. And you're like, no. I'm like, this is what he said. He said no. Sorry.
I think I'm a little more political about it.
Yeah.
You turned me into an asshole when you relay it.
That's true.
Yeah. I think I was very nice about the way I said no, but you go, you said fuck no.
Yeah.
Like I didn't say that.
But I like beforehand, I'm like, look, he's going to say no, but I'll ask anyway. I remember even like, there's a conference last year. I was like, do you want to do stand up? And you're like, and I told him, I was like, there's some things I'm like, I don't know. It could be up in the air, but I'll ask him.
Yeah.
Anytime someone asks me to ask people this, like whether it's you or some other friend of mine, I'm like, they're going to say no, but I'll ask anyway.
I'm all for asking.
Yeah.
Even I'll ask for, favors or something. And when I do, I always give the person an out.
Yeah.
I go, if not, no worries at all.
Yeah.
I think the problem people run into is whenever they do an ask, they leave it so concrete that they feel like the person who's receiving this message feels like they have to avoid you now because your very being is hanging on you saying yes to this thing. But if you say, hey, do you want to do this? Like, if not, I totally understand. No worries.
Yeah.
Do the ask and give them an out.
Yeah.
This is just great advice in business and just life in general. Ask and give them an out so it's not weird if they don't want to do it.
True.
Yeah. Because they're the one doing you a favor. Why are you making it weird?
Yeah. You make a good point.
Yep.
Do we have was that the only mailbag we got?
Here, hold on. Let me see. I think it was. Hold on.
But if you guys, grab merch. We're not wearing our shirts today, but
no, not today.
It's in the wash.
We can't wear it every day. Like it's our uniform.
It's just like in coat hangers here waiting for us.
We miss our Batman suit.
Yeah.
That's all we got, dude.
All right. Well,
guys, rate, review, comment, thumbs up, all that stuff. Subscribe. We'll have clips coming out soon.
We're going to have a new YouTube channel for clips specifically.
I'm not quite sure if we're going to do new channel or do it on this. I'm trying to figure it out. But clips will be coming out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So get ready for that.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
And then merchandise, fahimanwardancehour.com.
fahimanwardancehour.com, merch tab. Get some dope threads.
Send a selfie of
Please.
yourself.
You could be Sohail.
Yeah. Right there. Wherever he was. Send us a selfie of you wearing the merch and we'll throw it up online.
Throw it up.
On this episode.
Unless we get so many that like we can't anymore. Or maybe we'll do a rapid
regardless, you'll end up
You'll be on the pod.
Yeah.
Take a pic with you in the merch.
What are we gonna be
dancing out to? Guys, this song is called Eye to Eye by Leisure.
Okay.
It'll be in the description. It'll play after I talk if you're listening. And, of course, go to the Fahim Anwar Dance Hour Spotify playlist. That's where I put all the tasty jams.
And if you're into weird kinks, email us about them.
Yeah, please. Email. I thought you had the website for, go to adamandeve.com for all your sex swing needs.
And use our offer code, Dance Hour 20% for your TaskRabbit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell them Ali sent you.
Specifically for the swings.
Yeah.
All
right. See you guys next time.
Peace.
Peace.